welcome back to part 3 of this Datsun 280Z build I've been working on. I just want to first show you what I've done presently. What you see here is basically I airbrushed some future pledge on the interior bucket as well as the bottom part of the chassis, and I then covered it with a Tupperware container to keep the dust and the dirt from settling while it was curing for 24 or 48 hours. So we'll go ahead and take the container back off for right now and see if we can bring the light in here, and I'll kind of bring it. But you can see with the future pledge using the Pache airbrush that I've put a nice coat on there. I did reduce the pressure of the airbrush down to around 18 psi to spray on the two items here. So it left a nice clean and clear and shiny gloss to it. So that's the chassis, and of course then the interior. Let's see if we can bring it a little bit closer to you. But it left a nice clean, shiny, detailed look to it. Same thing with the future pledge. I put about 2 to 3 coats on the interior bucket. So there you have it. Came out real nice. More to come, because I basically getting the body of the car set up. As you can see, we'll bring that over. Here's our body. It's getting ready to prep for paint. I did manage to put some more cement down just underneath the hood and the parking, or the lights, just to reduce that gap we were talking about. So stay tuned, more to come. And we're back. What I'm going to be doing right now is going to put a base coat on the Datsun 280Z body, and I'm going to kind of go with something a little different that I haven't done before. I'm going to go ahead and use some folk art metallic silver sterling for the actual base coat. I got my Pache airbrush kind of set up here, the little cup, and like I said, this isn't an exact science, but kind of shaking. This actually, well, I'll show you what I'm using here. That's what I'm using, the folk art metallic acrylic paint. And I'm just going to go ahead and pour maybe about a 1/4 cup into the cup. Let me see, I might have to do this a little off camera for you right now just so I can see what I'm doing. There, I'm just about a 1/4 cup, and of course I'm going to use the old windshield washer to thin her down. And I'm just going to kind of put a couple little drops on there. 5, 6, 7, 8. Folk art's a little bit different than the Craft Smart I was using, because take note that depending on what craft acrylic paint you're using and what brand, it might be a little bit different all the way around. It's just like I said, no science to it. You just have to kind of get a feel for it. So I'm going to take my little toothpick here and kind of stir it around a little bit and give a little test shot off to the side here. So bear with me here for a second. Let's give it a shot. And I'll adjust the nozzle and see how it goes. we go. Let's give her a test run here. Like I say, right now I'm just kind of doing a real light spray. I'm going to kind of do this in layers. Like I said, this is a base coat. And we're just kind of going around. And I'm just kind of sweeping left to right. And I'm not talking too much. This is because I'm kind of just looking, seeing how the paint reacts. Let's go to the top here. Alright. There we go. Kind of generally go the side, then the top, hood. Just kind of work my way around. There we go. Checking my cup. Oops. Slid off a little bit. There you go. Alright. Like I said, first time around, just a little light coat. Looks like I'm out in my cup. But we're going to go ahead and let this dry a little bit. Let me see if I can get a little more in there. Alright. Yeah, that's the part where it kind of fell on my thumb there, but we'll get it later. But there you go. We'll come back in a few minutes and give her another coat once the first coat is dry, and you may put another 2 or 3 coats to get rid of the red molded color, so it looks evenly and uniform. And we'll be back shortly. Till then, stay tuned. Well, here we are. As you can see, I've jumped ahead on this build as far as the painting aspect of it. I actually put a second coat of the sterling silver of the folk art metallic paint one more time, and then I proceeded to spray a few coats of the folk art thicket, which is this product right here. It's the multi-surface. Initially just put on the thicket coat itself alone, and it was not dark enough pertaining to my picture that I had in my previous video of my actual car that I had back in the late 70s. So what I ended up doing was taking the thicket multi-surface and mixing it with some this black Craft Smart gloss paint, and just kind of doing a custom paint blend till I got the right color. Once I was happy with it, then I proceeded to spray several layers of coats on it, and this is the end result. I'll kind of give it a 360 here for you, and hopefully I can pick it up on the light. But this is more true to the color of my 280Z back in the day. So there you have it. Like I said, I did about 2 or 3 coats of this to get to where it's at, and right now we are going to go ahead and apply some future on it using the airbrush. So I have it all set up here, and should be ready to go. Just need to adjust the nozzle, get a good flow out, And I do have the air compressor set at about 20 pounds of pressure, and that's working pressure for the future. Alright, so here we go. And I'm kind of spraying this about, I don't know, 6-8 inches away. Just giving a nice light coat. I'm kind of starting on the sides, as you can see. And yeah, just try to get a nice little shine to it. Alright, start on the top. There you go. To the hood. Alright. I think that's pretty good coverage all the way around. I didn't use much of the future in my little cup here, so I'll pour that back into the bottle. But in the meantime, we'll let this go ahead and set up and cure overnight. I'll end up putting a probably a plastic container on there just to keep the dust and the dirt from attaching to the future. There you go. So stay tuned. There's more to come. Thanks for watching and subscribing, and everybody have a good day.